years, it's fantastic to meet each other in person. And of course, a very warm welcome to those of you that are attending this conference online. You just saw a video of me clicking on an app backstage, and you might wonder what's notable about that app. That app actually is one of the many hundreds of digital apps that all of us use every day. There is nothing particularly notable about that app. But as you watch the packets trace all the way across the application and back to the device, here is the notable fact that you realize. You realize what a huge community it takes to make such a simple application work. Of course, it starts with the developers, right? But it doesn't end there. You got platform engineering, you got cloud operations people involved, you got security. In fact, you got a whole community of folks involved. And now if you multiply that by hundreds of such digital apps, it's safe to say that this whole digital transformation era would not happen without this community. This community, of course, is you, our customers, and VMware. And the third leg of the community is our partners. Right from day one, all 30,000 of our partners have been with us every step of the way in bringing together solutions to all the challenges that you face. A big shout out and thank you to our partners. Now, I've been at VMware for a very long time, and we've been through many transitions as a company during my tenure at VMware. During all of these transitions, we've always been focused on bringing together innovative technology solutions that address your challenges. In May of this year, we took the next major step in our transition in the evolution of VMware. We announced the proposed acquisition of VMware by Broadcom. Once the acquisition is completed, VMware will become the software arm of Broadcom. Over the last many months, I've been spending a lot of time with Hot Tam, educating him about this wonderful community and the portfolio of VMware solutions and the innovations that we bring to the table. Hot Tam is as excited as I am about continuing the innovation and accelerating the innovation that all of you get to enjoy every day. Now, let's talk about what's happening in your organizations. Especially over the last few months, the macro environment for all of us has become quite adverse. As a result, there are certain challenges that are front and center for all of you that take up a lot of your time and energy. Of course, controlling your costs, the ever-increasing threats due to cyber. In fact, it's more than cyber, it's the idea of digital resiliency and ensuring it. And certainly in Europe, the challenges with energy consumption. But here is the point. Despite all of this, when I talk to CEOs and CIOs, they are steadfast in their priorities in continuing and accelerating the race to become digital smart. Just within this community alone, we see over 350,000 Spring projects started, new applications started every week. And at the same time, all of you are managing over 85 million applications that keep all of your businesses running. So there's this combination of being able to transform your business on one hand while keeping your business running on the other hand. That is the essence of how you become digitally smart. So it seems like yesterday, but it was more than a decade ago, when we started our digital journeys by digitizing the front office, by creating the mobile applications that presented your digital identity to your consumers. And that was a fantastic success. Given the huge success, CEOs everywhere said, hey, let's go cloud first. Let's change everything and re-platform everything. The great re-platforming of the enterprise, as we call it, began. Now, in the last 2-3 years, I'm being asked a very different question by CEOs. And the question now is, hey, why is it taking so much time? Why can't we go faster? All of you that deal with the technology challenges every day know what's getting in your way. Lack of developer skills, the immense weight of existing enterprise brownfield applications that actually brought along, and the fact that all across your organization, different teams tend to do different things, use different clouds, and so now you have a very fragmented operations and security that is not only slowing you down, but in fact is increasing the risk in your organization. So earlier this summer, we sent out a survey in which we asked you to characterize the state of your cloud. And the answer that we got back was very interesting. You termed it cloud chaos. That was the state of your cloud efforts. So it is not surprising that the great replatforming is going slower than expected. While the cloud has been a phenomenal success, $420 billion of spend, it's still only 10% of enterprise IT spend. We got a long way to go, and we got to go faster. The good news is many of you have started figuring out a different approach that we call Cloud Smart. The fundamental idea behind Cloud Smart is very simple. It is that the application determines the cloud strategy. The application determines the location. Depending upon technical factors, depending upon economic factors, depending upon the access to the data, sovereignty, you name it, any number of factors. So we believe Cloud Smart is replacing Cloud First as the modern approach to digital transformation. We see a lot of debate all the time. Containers here, Kubernetes there, public, private, VMs versus containers, etc., etc. In my opinion, that is the wrong debate to have, because those are all a means to an end. The debate should be about what does your application portfolio look like? What applications have to be cloud native? What applications have to be enterprise? And regardless of how they are written, how are they put together? How do we accelerate the path to production? How do we manage and secure all of these and connect all of these? That really is the central story behind Cloud Smart. So 2 years ago, we articulated our vision for helping companies implement a Cloud Smart strategy with VMware cross-cloud services. It's been received very well by all of you. And starting at our US event, we started introducing the technologies that you can take advantage of to implement your Cloud Smart strategy. What we are seeing is companies that adopt this strategy can go from a scenario of disparate development teams with their own tools and fragmentation to one where they can accelerate application development through a consistent software supply chain. Instead of having siloed cloud infrastructure that varies everywhere and has all sorts of consequences of cost and resiliency and security, you can have a consistent enterprise infrastructure. And last but not the least, your employees, instead of having a very fragmented app access experience, can have a frictionless app access experience. These are the benefits of a Cloud Smart approach. So, VMware Explore in the US, we introduced a whole bunch of new innovations. Significant ones were vSphere 8, vSAN 8, ARIA, our cloud management technology, to advance this class of cross-cloud services. And those have been very well received. Now, there was one question that came up repeatedly. It was about security and networking. So let me talk about that. There is a new battleground in security. We call it lateral security. And let me explain lateral security in a second. So all of you have invested tons and tons of time and energy and dollars in protecting the boundaries of your organization, of your data centers, to what is called the north-south traffic. But regardless of how well you've done that, intruders are always going to get through. It's a matter of when. And once they get through, they're able to move laterally across all of your servers and routers and so on and so forth in the data center, in the cloud, to attack your applications over a period of time. Either to hold your data at a ransom or to exfiltrate your data. This is the problem of lateral security. And the reason this is a huge problem is conventional security approaches cannot solve this problem. There are not enough appliances in the world that you can put, security appliances in the world, that you can put in every hop between every VM and every container in your application portfolio to protect all of these. What NSX does is it uniquely solves this problem, because NSX is able to sit along with the hypervisor and protect your VMs and containers in a VMware vSphere environment, and sit along with Kubernetes to protect your container environments on Kubernetes and native clouds. So the combination of this makes NSX a very unique solution to solve lateral security. Zero appliances. And the beauty of NSX is, because it is programmable, all of these security protections can come up the minute you launch your application. Zero trouble tickets. And of course, this is the last mile of zero trust security. Zero appliances, zero trouble tickets, zero trust security. That is the value of NSX in this modern world. But NSX goes beyond this. As I talked about before, one of the critical challenges that all of us are starting to face as our applications run across multiple clouds and in private data centers at the edge is the connectivity across all of these. The load balancing of the traffic, the routing of the traffic, etc. So we are excited to announce the next significant project under the NSX umbrella that we call Project North Star. Project North Star provides a single policy domain and control plane across to control all of your network traffic, regardless of where it is connected, which application is connected, in the data center, in the public cloud, in the edge. We look forward to releasing this technology in the coming future. NSX, vSphere, vSAN, and of course ARIA. These together form the foundation of our cross-cloud services portfolio. They form the foundation of our core cloud infrastructure that many of you enjoy. And of course, the core cloud infrastructure journey for many of you starts with the private cloud. And so we continue all of these innovations in the private cloud as well. And not only do we innovate by ourselves, we innovate with our partners as well. So I'm very excited to announce today an advancement in our long-standing partnership with HPE. All these technologies that I talked about today will be integrated into HPE GreenLake. So all of you can gain a simple pay-as-you-go consumption model in your private cloud. Another one of our long-standing partners is Equinix. And we are excited to announce VMware Cloud on Equinix Metal. Equinix has 240 data centers in 17 metro locations all over the globe, especially here. And now you'll be able to locate your latency-sensitive applications closer to where the users are, or closer to whatever those applications are controlling, thanks to this VMware Cloud and Equinix Metal offering. And of course, we continue our strong partnership with Dell and our innovation with VCF on VHOM. So now, in addition to the private cloud, of course, we are able to run our stacks in the public cloud with very strong partnership with the hyperscalers. Last year, we introduced Cloud Universal, a single cloud offering and program that allows you to take your workloads and move them to any of these VMware cloud locations, on-prem, in the hyperscalers. It's been a phenomenal success. So now we are extending it to all of our other cloud providers as well. Now, one of the key use cases, especially for infrastructure operators, for the cloud, is increasing the resiliency of your infrastructure. So I want to share an example of a company that used the public cloud in the face of a very difficult situation. Fozi is one of the largest retailers in Ukraine, and they transformed their entire business earlier when the war broke out. Let's watch the video.
It's very important to provide something interesting, something new, something innovative. All offers has a specific design with some things we do a lot to make people happy, smiling, provide some perfect experience in Ukraine. Everyone was shocked this morning, 24th of February, when we wake up from missiles from bombs, and it really looked like surrealistic. It's not possible in our life, in our world. I think this is the same place. Picture before and picture after. One of our distribution centers has been destroyed by a missile. We changed some stores for distribution of humanitarian goods for our guests. ATMs were empty, and we provided a service withdrawing cash from our checkouts. Everybody volunteers. Our guests went to supermarket and helped to put on the shelf. So our main priority started to be safety of our IT infrastructure, and we need a solution for moving our data outside Ukraine. VMware Cloud can help you to create a safety copy of your infrastructure. For us, it was very important to have the ability of having 80% virtualized infrastructure of vastly having potential incidents. And at the same time, it put a solution for minimize some disaster risks and risk from cyber attacks. And now, this year, I can sleep at night. Personally, I'm proud of to be a part of this great team.